I am here. 3 minutes late. Perfect. Exactly how I planned. Hey, Amici, how you doing? Hopefully this pulls up properly. There you go. Gonna lead off with I don't know if a disclaimer is the right word, but if at any point you find that I play a game you're not interested in, don't hesitate to leave. I won't mind. This isn't a particularly mainstream or interesting game, I don't imagine, being that it's probably a tactical game. But I figured I wanted to try it out, because it looked interesting to me. Still doing your village, getting stuff done. I need to close that other window first. I'm really off my game today. It's cold and I'm not feeling good. It sucks. So I'm like, I might leave early today. I haven't played since Saturday. Ooh, that's only 5 days. Done anything fun otherwise? Continue. Yeah. It is the way. The stars in the sky are going out one by one. But no one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there is still hope. I need to make it before it is too late. The sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed, even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no choice of bringing it all back, there will still always be someone who is willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, without memories. Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head is killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff. Up in the sky. This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? Just standing here won't do me any good, I guess. Well, it could be fun. It depends on, how it works out. But, might be okay. Probably not. I launched this earlier to see if it worked, and I did something, but I don't know if it... Okay, it didn't. Intervene adventure and traveling through the map. Continue. Okay, yeah. Pay attention to this day. Progress bar at the top of the screen. New enemies usually appear at the end of the day. Continue your journey by changing the game mode. Right? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better soon. You got any I was gonna say you got anything like to bundle up in, but I guess it's not particularly cold. But I know the heat can help with aches and stuff. So if you got like a heating pad, maybe it might help. A living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They digest anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory, and everything will go back to normal. Anywhere to continue? Sure. Do I just click, or does it do it automatically? Oh, it does it automatically. Okay, cool. Heated blanket? Nice. It's hard to fight with your bare hands. I think there's an undigested weapon in the remains of that thing. I think I remember there was a grove nearby. Are these even my memories, or do they belong to that slime? You can use cards that are left after defeating enemies to add various objects to the map. Sure. What'd that do? Spawns a rat wolf every 2 days. Okay. It's a rat wolf. Easy. A forest rat wolf. I was right. Some emotional stress. A few vivid images and a bit of adrenaline, and I'll forget it all like a bad dream. I mean, I'll remember it all like a bad... Damn it. Good thing nobody heard that. Equip a new weapon and place new cards on the map. Sure. Can do. What? Okay, what is this? Hold on, let me read this first. Hero attack speed increase. Sure, just toss it up there. It'll go up there. I don't need to put it on the road. 3 HP for every adjacent rock or mountain. Okay, sure. There's a mountain over there and a forest over there. The world's almost back. Branches and stones in my backpack are a sure sign of that. Some of your actions will yield resources that you will need to later on, but not right now. But that shouldn't stop you from looking at them right now. Continue with your journey. Yeah, sure. Okay. I think it's time I get some rest. The game itself is a journey on a loop path. Return to camp, sure. Retreat. It's cold and dark here. A small fire can solve both of these problems. And this is where all resources you've gathered will come in handy. Who would have thought? You have just enough wood and stones to make a campfire. What a coincidence. The hero restores 20% of his max HP upon entering the campfire tile. Okay, sure. Congratulations, you've beaten this annoying tutorial. You can now start your first expedition, or not, do as you wish. Cool. Let me read that description, actually. I figure I may as well pad for time by reading descriptions, because I don't want to do anything. A common campfire, warm and cozy. Monsters keep away from it, so it's a nice spot to have some rest between your travels. It's also the center of your camp, and the starting point of your adventures. This path, everything's wrong, but I remember. It looks like a completely different place. And it's empty again. Do my actions have meaning? Like, I have a choice. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, I'm the worst savior of all. Let's do it. But I figured this looked like a pretty low-effort game to play, since it's basically an auto-battler with a little bit of puzzling. So I was happy to try something that didn't take any focus. But I don't know exactly what to do here. Each adjacent mountain or rock. Spawns a spider on adjacent tile once a day. Fable tomorrow, yes. I'm excited for that. Fable tomorrow. Cemetery. Spawn skeletons every... Okay, sure. Drop some skeletons down. Oh, I see, it's a path. Yeah. I'm gonna be playing the Fable Anniversary instead of the Fable The Lost Chapters version. They're basically the exact same, but one's nicer looking. Well, I guess it kind of depends. Heals you 2 HP at the start of each day. That sounds nice. I don't know, I thought there'd be a lot more music playing when I loaded this up, because the menu music is like very... like adventurous, but it's very quiet. Max HP increase. Oh, yep, there you go. Another mountain. And then whatever this is. Oh, it's a ring. Attack speed or damage? I prefer pure damage. That sounds better. Doesn't seem that quiet. Oh, well, it's quiet to me. Or more, it's just there's not a whole lot going on, I guess. Like, during these fights, the audio is fine, but the music itself doesn't make a whole lot of noise. Road Lantern reduces the number of spawning enemies on the tiles around it. I'll put that near the campfire for safety. Vampire Mansion adds vampires to the battles on tiles around it. Okay, well, just toss that here for no reason. Put another thingy there, a rock up here. A meadow up here. And a grove. Spawns rat wolves. Oh, this is way better. That's attack speed, that's damage. That's the same damage, that's fine. I'll just leave that. I'd like to play more puzzle games, but they're kind of hard to watch, I think. Not puzzle games, but like strategic games. They're hard to watch and hard to comment over, because you're thinking most of the time. Unless you just ramble constantly about what you're planning exactly. But I don't know enough about the game to actually plan anything in particular. It's nice the spider doesn't get to do poison damage. I was expecting something a bit more aggressive. Or difficult to deal with, I suppose. It's getting a bit more difficult to deal with as it goes. Okay. Ooh, another grove. Sure. Put that down there. And a mother meadow. Back off, human. A vampire? Where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I would be glad to offer it. No more lands. No more flock. Only hundreds of years of emptiness. And hundreds of years of hunger. Ugh. Save yourself while you still can. I don't know how long I can keep my head straight. What? Hundreds of years? Are you... What hundreds of years are you talking about? Your mind is easy to trick, but you can't trick my hunger. It demands its fill. Every sip, every drop of blood will go to satiate it. I'm too weak, but you can help me, and I'll set this crumbled world right. That's right. I'm doing this not just for myself, but for everyone, in the name of the greater good. So be grateful for my hard work and just let me bleed you dry. This text is hard to read. I can change the text to be easier to read, but I kind of liked its font. Just can't get it very well. Vampires often own our lands. They kept the peace and helped our settlements prosper. But this won't do it all. Now they're just pale shadows of their former selves, both physically and mentally. Apparently, blood of other creatures can't sustain them. He wasn't joking about the hunger. Even the creatures around him were imbued with the power to drain someone else's life. Oh, does it actually drain my life? No, vampirism. Yeah, okay. What does vampirism do? Can I, like, look at that? No. Okay. All enemies that are not objects or artificial gain the vampirism effect. Oh, okay. That's cool. What does a beacon do? 40% movement speed within its range, attack speed for all units. Does that mean enemies too, or just, like, does it mean all units? I guess just over there. That's probably a terrible place for that, actually. Sure. Chuck that there. Give me another rock. What is a battlefield? Spawns a chest on an adjacent tile each loop. Enemies on tiles around it become ghosts when they die. Okay. My character's not looking too hot. Oops, missed. I gained something. Ooh, that's interesting. It became like a giant mountain. Stop. Where did these goblins come from? I don't remember remembering you. We remember ourselves. Now give us all your things. You have no idea what's going on here, right? Why don't you help me restore order in this forest? Yeah, in this world first. You can do everything you want when I'm done. Goblin must rob. No other order in the world. Fair enough. I guess I don't have any good objection to that. Oh wait, I do have one. How about... Wow, that thing's attacking really quickly. It's strange how these creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means everything is actually not so bad, and the world is trying to restore itself. That, or even the apocalypse isn't enough to get rid of some pests. So what does this do? Mountain Peak, 121 max HP, wow. 5 max HP for every adjacent mountain rock tile. Spawns a harpy every 2 days. Okay. I think I might end up having some difficulty getting through that, through that area. More defense, sure. Actually, that might be better. Pure damage or defense. Pure damage is kind of cool, but I don't think I need it. Actually... Counter... Is counter chance worth replacing the extra damage? Maybe. Being able to counter seems like it'd be a smart move. I can lower that. If I replace my shield, I can get the pure damage from the ring, and then throw this ring on in its place for a little bit extra defense. Although I guess it would be kind of the same, wouldn't it? No, 2 pure damage, and that's 4 pure damage. That's 3 defense. Yeah, okay. So just toss that on and remove that. There you go. That seems to destroy everything when I do that. There's so many enemies. This is a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. I'm gonna die. What are those? Ooh, what is that? Orb of Expansion. A physical manifestation of expanding space in a form of a little sphere. Okay. Treasury. Gives a random basic resource after placing anything on an empty tile around it. Must be surrounded by empty space when you build it. Okay. Whole bunch of defense. I lose that pure damage, but I get health regen. That sounds pretty good. And it increases my counter, so I will equip that instead. I don't suspect I'll live, as I am quite hurt and getting more hurt every turn. Damage to all might be good, although I kind of need the defense. Although it couldn't hurt to have damage instead of defense, because I'm taking so much damage anyway that getting a little bit of reflective damage might be a good idea. No. What do you mean, no? You want to save the world. You want to ask for help. Our answer is no. How did you... No, but what do I know? We see far away. We see deep inside. For a long time, there has been emptiness instead of the sky, but it doesn't stop us from seeing. Your saving of the world is one-sided and naive. Each person sees their own way to save the world. That's why no one will ever join you. Fine. I don't fully understand it, but tell me your version. How do you see saving the world? By my progeny and kin, may they live and be strong. May they join the cycle of life and death. That is life. That is the world. I will kill you and feed your flesh to my starving younglings, and life will go on. And how many lives can your blade prolong as you kill again and again? Only one. I don't want to die. I don't want you to die. I don't want your children to die of hunger. Please, try to see reason. If my mission succeeds, the Harpies can have all the sky and all the hunting grounds they need. I can't feed my children with your beautiful words. Farewell. Well, I am definitely going to die. Well, maybe not to her, though. Rip. I feel awful. By fixing one evil, I'm causing another. There's no home for Harpies except in the highest mountains, but there's no food there. I can't even imagine how they managed to survive if their mountains were cut off from reality. What does this do me? Damage to all and regen. I'll take that instead. Not that the regen's going to help me much. I'm about to get murdered here. More meadow. What does meadows do? That's attack speed, right? Oh no, it heals at the start of each day. Okay. Defense and attack speed. I think I'm going to keep the regen on. That's better. I don't need to replace anything. I want to place a vampire mansion. It feels kind of dangerous at this stage. If I die, do I lose everything? Interesting. No, I didn't get a chance to put anything down. Alright, too late. No! Well, I guess I'll find out. You've died in battle. Death does not favor the fallen, but it made a little... exception for you. You keep 30% of all your resources. Okay, so dying isn't the worst, but it's not good either. I can't believe it. Hey everybody, the boy managed to return. Survivors, does this mean I'm not alone anymore? Where'd you come from? Is there still a place without darkness? We didn't know where we came from. That, or we can't remember. These few people are all that's left of our group, I think. You're not sure? We're not sure. We reached that conclusion based on the abandoned luggage and leftover daily rations. Each day we see the signs of other people's presence around us, but as far as we know, they don't exist and never did. It's like we forgot about them. Forgot them? Exactly. It's as if people are disappearing every day, and we instantly forget they existed, just like we forget where we came from, and our families, maybe even ourselves. My name is Yota. That I still remember. Everyone else's memories are not much better. That's why I remember so little about myself. Everything is forgotten. But wait, you said I managed to return. That means you remember I was here. Yes, that's why it's important to us. We saw you leave, but you were gone before we could approach you. Listen, we can't keep wandering in this emptiness anymore, and there's a campfire here, and enough space for a few sleeping bags and a real luxury in these dark times. What do you say? Of course you can stay. It'd be very grateful, or I'd be very grateful. I really need to change this font, I think. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. I want to put everything right. I'm only beginning to remember the world as it was before. But there's no point to it without other people. It's too lonely without them. Remember the world? I don't get what you're talking about. I'm too exhausted, but we'll be glad if you could help us, and we'll be glad to help you. Just don't ask us to follow you out there. I don't know how you managed to return, but for us, leaving the group is too dangerous. I will ask no such thing of you. For now, I just want to have a place to return to. A place where I can hear other people's voices. We weren't joking about helping you. Here are the few things that survived the cataclysm and don't vanish. Don't become forgotten. Take it, you might need it. Cool. Goodies. Stats, okay. Build, what do we got here? A field kitchen, 10% increased campfire's healing power, knocks the Blood Grove. I guess that's what kind of what I have to go for. Do you know the difference between a good cook and a bad cook? The food made by a good cook is tastier. What? You're waiting for something more elaborate? Sometimes the truth is very simple. Look, I have a cauldron and a hearth, a couple of knives, a bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Nothing special. Everything is very simple. But give me a few minutes and everyone in this camp will be running to my table, following the tasty smell of a good stew. Okay. Makes perfect sense to me. Ooh, unlocks a new class. Interesting. I should probably read that again to fill time. Ooh, I don't want to look at that menu. A very important place for any camp. If your nose isn't lying, there's good food here. Cool. Expedition. All right, this is one. This is definitely a menu. Oh right, deck building, of course. Blood Grove. Can be placed adjacent to the road near other trees. Its roots devour enemies that have less than 15 HP left. That sounds good. Is that enemy? Do I count as enemies? Does it devour me if I have 15% left? Because I'm gonna die a lot if that's the case. Maybe a seltzer's not the best option right now. I'm very cold. But it's so tasty. It's a tradition. I think if I get emotes, I'm definitely gonna do a pop tab emote. That sounds fun. That sounds like a fun emote. I like that suggestion. I don't know if it matters where I put these. I'm just putting them away from the field because I know it doesn't do anything here. Kill the slime! I believe in you, hero. Ooh, a new shield. Attack speed evasion. Ooh, evasion might be a fun type of build if I can get more evasion stuff. Taking no damage at all is better than taking less damage. Regen. I think I'm more preferential to vampirism than I am regen. A road lantern. This is the one that makes things attack faster, I think. Yeah. Do I want another spider nest? It's kind of... I don't exactly know if I need to put things down or not. It gives me more enemies to fight, I guess, which gives me more chances of getting more cards and loot, so... I suppose it couldn't hurt. And this just buffs all the enemies nearby. Should I put another lantern down? Oh no, this is the one that makes the... Okay, lanterns make less enemies spawn, so this one isn't what I thought it was. The beacon was the one I was thinking of, I think. Boy, this is not going well. Please. There you go, okay. Damage to all and vampirism and counter. Give me that, that sounds amazing. Oblivion. A bit of the Lich's magic causes anything to be totally forgotten. Erases any established tiles, erases monsters from the road. Do I want that? It seems like having monsters is a good thing. Gives me stuff. Speed ray. Okay, go for it. I'm not exactly sure why I'm doing so much worse this time around. I felt like I was pretty strong last time. I'm taking a ton of damage this time. I suppose I don't have an armor piece yet. Get that on. Maybe this? Nah, that's still good. Same damage. Is this better? It is. Look at that. Wow. Give me some more of this for attack speed. Do I want another vampire thingy? It makes the enemies really tough. I don't know if I want that. It feels kind of like a bad move no matter what, like how I look at it. But more experience is more good. Grove. That spawns creatures. Ooh, level 2 sword. Nice. That's a Gladius. What's the difference? They all just do damage. Ooh, damage to all and huge amount of max HP increase. Another road lantern. I wonder if these effects stack. Not that it really matters. Oh. This goblin spawned. Every 10 mountain tiles or rock tiles, it spawns a goblin camp. What if I do this? Okay. That worked. A cemetery. Should I put that, like, next to something, maybe? Like that? Does that matter? Ooh, a spear. Nice. That gives me counter. I'll take that instead. Although, to counter, I guess I have to be attacked. Do I have to take damage? Can I dodge and counter, I wonder? Do I want to just, like, do mountains? Or do I want to, like, stack them around each other? Regen, vampirism, evasion. Do I want evasion more than I want counter? I want regen more than I want. Yeah. Vampirism and regen both seem pretty useful, except I'm just gonna die here. There's no way I'm not dead here. alive somehow. And I have a lot of enemies left to kill, though. It's a grove. I can't use this for anything. I got bad news for the hero. I think he's dead. Yep, there he goes. Yeah. I guess just retreat. I don't know. This poor guy. I'm alive, but how? Thanks to us. A small group of us dragged you back here. It wasn't easy. How did you fight off all those monsters? They nearly killed me. That's also interesting. Many of them were vanishing right before our eyes. Some we managed to avoid, but I think most of the monsters were gone before we left the camp. I think your trips are deeply connected to your memory, my friend. It all fades away as soon as you space out for long enough. I can't build anything, because I keep failing my expedition. Go again. Give me that axe. Always take an axe. Always happy to have weapons. And shields. Regen per second, sounds great. Give me that. So enemies can now be reborn as ghosts. What do ghosts do? Is it just more experience per fight, I wonder? Vampirism might be better than regen. I'll hang on to that just in case, though. Ooh. Vampirism. Cool. Maybe I should go, like, pure vampirism. That might be interesting. I'd have to do a lot of damage, though. If I can get a lot of damage out, like a lot of attack speed, I think that would benefit me quite a lot. Health is looking pretty good. I mean, I did just start, so I guess it's not like that surprising that it would be decent. But now I'm going to hesitate to replace that chest piece anytime. I'll take that. So, something I was noticing is I was trying to build around mountains instead of using the mountains as a tool, like the rocks or whatever. But I noticed that, oh, I got a treasure chest, interesting. I didn't even notice. But when I was looking at the mountains give 5 extra HP for each adjacent mountain or rock. Get that moused over properly. 3 HP and then 3 more for every adjacent rock or mountain. So this one doesn't give you any HP by default, but it gives you a bunch more for every adjacent thing. So I think it's better to have these built around one of these, because these don't benefit from any other things. But that would mean that it'd be better to stack them next to each other too, because they don't benefit from just being on their own. So putting it like this, right there, so I could surround it with stones as well wouldn't help me at all, because it wouldn't give me any HP. I say as I drop it there. Beacon, movement speed and attack speed. I'm doing a pretty decent amount of damage. How do I leave? Can I leave without dying? No, I see. I guess you have to win to leave with all your goods. How do you win? Map completion, I see. Okay. Maybe I should space out the enemies a bit. Instead of putting them all grouped around like this location, I should probably put them like spaced out over here and stuff. That way I can still have enemies to fight on the path, but I have a chance to heal in between, I think. That makes sense to me. What happens when my inventory gets full? Does it just start dropping things on the ground or whatever? Okay, everything has a speed boost now. Oh wow, that ghost went down like a chump. I really thought that was going to be a threat. I was about to mouse over to see how to kill it. I thought it was like some sort of special mob. I need attack speed, but I want that Vampirism to stay. I'd like to replace it with something that has Vampirism, but I don't know if there's a way to sort of influence the drops. Maybe vampires drop vampiric things more often? That has Vampirism, and that has counter and regen. Ooh, that's a rough one. This also does more damage. I am trying to build Vampirism, so I'm going to do that instead. Do I want to put any more vampires down? Can I just, like, put them next to them like that? Does that do anything for me? Give me an attack speed bonus. Okay, I guess that'll do for now. Now, am I regenerating more health than I'm losing? No, not by a long shot. Would it be wiser to build for counter and regen? Oh, well, I just got something else that's vampirism. Hold on, what is that stat? I gain some regen and lose some vampirism. I think that's okay. That's an okay trade-off. I think I'm gonna start putting mountains next to this area. I was trying to space them out, but I need that health. Like, badly. I think that's probably why I was having such a hard time last time, is because I didn't have enough health to manage the enemies. I'm just getting so many of these road lanterns. Oh, it like turns them into scrap or something. Okay. That's kind of nifty. So you don't actually lose the item so much as it just goes elsewhere. I think I leveled up. I don't really need any of that stuff. Just let it go. Let it keep on keeping on. I'd like some more land drops. Yeah, there we go. Give me that right there, and that makes a big mountain, right? Yeah. That gives you just a huge chunk of health, and it makes every adjacent thing more good. I can delete the goblin camp if I feel like it, but I don't think I need to. It's cool. I kind of like that they spawn enemies, so your beneficial effects are also like have negatives to them. Like, yeah, you'll get more health, but you'll also have more enemies to deal with. What are the differences here? Goblin leader enrages after an ally dies. Wow, okay. So he gets a huge bonus to his health when his ally dies, and he's going to die in a second here. So now he just does a bunch more damage. I guess that's permanent. I wonder if I can choose who I attack, or if it just attacks at random. Ooh, hello. That might be worth... It's a level 5 item. Even though I lose a lot of, even though I lose a lot of vampirism, it gives me, like, a lot more health. I think I am gonna slot that. Because, oh, it's not percentage of life, it's percentage of damage, I think. Ooh, I lose attack speed, but I gain a lot of defense. 5 whole extra defense, but I lose regen and attack speed. I don't exactly know what defense does. How much does defense negate damage? I think that's a crucial aspect I'm not aware of. And I would like to be. Pause the adventure so I can place those. All these meadows. What happens to a meadow if you put 9 of them in a tile? Nothing. Okay, cool. That's fine. I don't know what I was expecting, but... I thought since the mountain did that the meadows would too. Here, have another vampire. Sure. You got so many enemies. Counter and attack speed and a little bit more defense. Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. It's a shame to lose that that regen, but it's obviously not making that much of a difference. Well, I guess regen would be a percentage of my life, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be a percentage of my damage, like vampirism. So it might have been worth keeping. Why are skeletons so hard to kill? They're not, they just have a lot of defense, apparently. Okay. And a lot of attack, I guess, jeez. Attack speed, HP, I kind of want to keep that defense. Oh, it's only 5 defense. Although I only have 13 defense, so I would be basically splitting my defense into a third, nearly. Can be placed adjacent to the road near other trees. Okay, interesting. A living forest. Oh, right, this is the one that kills things. I'll put that down, sure. A little extra health, more attack speed. Looks good. It's nice that I specifically attack the enemies rather than the chest first. Ooh, goodies. I would lose vampirism. Oh no, I'd gain 1 vampirism for that, but I'd lose that regen. Although evasion's probably more useful to me, and pure damage seems like a good option to switch out for. And then this one loses a lot of life. I get a counter, and damage to all, but I don't want that badly. Not compared to the other one. Ugh, spiders. Another road lantern just makes it safer, I guess, for this general area. Wait, do I want to walk faster in areas with it? I don't have monsters placed? That feels like it's probably a mistake. 21% vampirism doesn't feel like very much when I'm attacking. I mean, it's on paper, that seems like a lot. I can eliminate something. I can get rid of this goblin fort, maybe? That might be a good idea. Just so I don't have to deal with them, because they do a lot of damage. The harpy's not too bad, they're really weak. I'll just hold on to that one, I guess. Damage to all, defense. That'll give me a ton of defense. It gives me an extra, what, 5 defense? And 2 damage to all. I lose attack speed and counter, though. I don't think that's worth it. Although I might just die here, so it wouldn't really matter either way. Nope, that's it for me, I think. Yeah, there we go. Dead again. This I don't know if this is just a difficult game or if I'm supposed to just lose this many times in a row. Or if I'm just not thinking straight. It's not going well, anyhow. A graveyard straight away, sure. Got me some dead creatures to slaughter, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I meant what I said. Is it worth slotting that? I mean, I guess they don't... This just increases attack speed for all units. Unless something attacks particularly fast, it's not necessarily a detriment, because it's for all units, not just enemies. It could be beneficial. Can I just, like, right-click? Oh, no, locks. Okay. Because it's not like it speeds up animations, it increases attack speed. So if something has an attack speed of 1, it'll increase it to 1.2 or whatever. If something has an attack speed of 5, it'll increase it by 20% of that, whatever that is. Like 5.2. Something like that, I don't know, I can't. Not very... I'm not really in the headspace to do math, but something like that. It increases by like a 1 or something. So it gets an extra full attack speed bonus or whatever. Why'd that turn blooming? What? It's because it's adjacent to the treasury? Deals 3 HP at the start of the day. So it's just a slightly better version. Okay, interesting. I wonder if the rocks have something similar to that. Probably make an effort to... Well, I don't get the treasuries very often, but when I do, I should make an effort to put them in your meadows, I guess. I do want to test the rocks, of course. Damage to all and defense? Sure, I'll take that. So extra healing every day seems nice. Although I don't know how long a day is. That goes by pretty quick. It's like about 1/4 of the map is a day. Maybe even half. I can't really tell for sure. Battlefield, go down, sure. Did I say something about money? No, it was the... Turns out it needs to go. Spawns a chest on an adjacent tile each loop. Okay, so there is a chest every loop, but it also spawns ghosts sometimes. It's beneficial, but also dangerous. To get that thing to pop, I have to surround it completely with meadows, I guess. Or does it have to be one thing, or could it be multiple things? I might be able to just surround it with just anything I have lying around. Ooh, defense, attack speed, and counter. That's pretty good. This is vampirism and damage. And that's just a good chest, too. Alright. A random basic resource after placing anything on an empty tile around it must be surrounded by empty space when it builded. Okay. I misunderstood what it did, but I'm still happy about it. Can I get a big old mountain? Yeah, okay, good. And despite using a bunch of the big mountains for that, it didn't seem to give me any more max HP, so I think it is better to use the big mountains. further away. What happens if I don't place anything for a long time? I just get up a huge inventory of cards. I wonder if they get, like, discarded after a while. Probably. Doesn't seem like a particularly forgiving game. I doubt they would let you keep, like, all your cards. Does countering do anything specific, or does it just, like, give me an extra attack? Do I want damage to all? Attack speed's really nice, and I do have a lifesteal sword right now. Extra 2 damage, and I lose like 3 defense. Still don't know what exactly defense does. If it's a percentage decrease to damage done, it wouldn't be bad. But if it's exponential, it might be a problem. Or if it's just a straight up reduction of damage, that might be good too. Like if this thing does 13 damage, and I resist, you know, like, what, 14, which obviously isn't the case. But how much does this do? 14. If I'm reducing that damage by 14%, which probably isn't the case, then it should only do like 13 damage. It does 6. I'm reducing it by like half somehow. I have no idea why. I should probably, I don't know where I'd even find that information. Whatever. A little bit of defense reduction for attack speed seems like it probably is a good idea. Doing a little bit more damage now, but I get more attack speed, so I don't care. Does this do anything for me, or does it just increase the enemies I have to fight? I think all it does is increase the enemies I have to fight. So it doesn't benefit me in any way. Why would I ever build that? Do I have a better chance of getting drops from vampires? Is that it? I think I asked that earlier, but I've forgotten already. That's just a better upgrade for my shield, basically. That's just better in every way. I have no reason not to build that one. Ooh, a chest, yay! What do you got for me? Evasion and vampirism. I think I'd prefer defense attack speed counter, honestly. Although 10% chance to not take any damage might be a better option. Yeah, I think it is, actually. I will take that. Just put down some spiders, I guess. I don't want to put them too close together, because they're a pain to deal with. And I could put another one of these here. Or I could wait for another forest. That might be a better option. Beacon, that just increases movement speed and attack speed. Let's put it there. Vampire house, go up here. Another lantern to slow spawn rates, I guess. Cocoon. You can go. That's kind of a big cluster of enemies. I don't want to put any more over there. There we go. Another vampire house. You can see it. Oh, that's adjacent, isn't it? Okay, I'm targeting the most troublesome one first for some reason. I'm glad I am. I don't know why I am, though. Okay, that gave me 2 mountains. I don't know if that's indicative of the enemy type or if that's just a random drop. Pure damage and counter. I still prefer evasion and vampirism. Ooh, new treasury, nice. Where should I put this? I can put this here. That way I can get sort of an oh no, I can't. I was gonna say put it here. That's what I meant to put it, but it won't work. Oh, if I had waited to put those... If I hadn't put this one here, I could have put this right here and gotten 2 for 1 there. But it would have been less fields, so maybe it wouldn't have been a good idea. I'll just hold on to those, I guess. Pure damage counter. I lose a lot of vampirism if I equip this. But that pure damage seems incredibly good. Counter might be nice. That's almost all of my vampirism. I'm not really healing that much anyway, so it's not a huge problem, I guess. I still like that evasion on that ring, so I'll keep it. Wow, look at that damage. That output is incredibly high. Pure damage might be the way to go. Another one of these battlefields might be cool. Put it like next to these guys, or put it like right here. That way it gives me more room to spawn those. Does this do with adjacent stuff? No, it's not. Okay. Another beacon. Do I really want to put this here? I feel like these are bad, but I also I can't put my finger on why. They only seem beneficial, but I feel like they must be terrible. A little bit reduced to HP, but more evasion. I'm gonna do that one. I'd rather that evasion. 2.4 regen sounds pretty good, but I don't trust it. Is that 2.4% or 2.4 health? That's just 2.4 health. And what's the regen per second? How much is a second in this game? Is a second an actual second? Because that's not very good. It might be good in large amounts, but at just 2.4, that doesn't seem necessary. When I have 800 health, it would take 400 seconds to gain anything. Ooh, Bardiche. Oh, it's a polearm. Okay. Well, it does a ton of damage, but I lose all that pure damage, so I wouldn't want to give up that. More HP, more defense, more counter. No, same problem. I'd rather the evasion. Oh. I don't think that you can have more than one of those giant mountains. Oops. Okay, well, I guess I'll be more cautious where I place the little ones. That's a really good one of these. But again, prefer the evasion. A grove. Okay, I want to put one of these over here somewhere, because I want to put the Blood Forest adjacent to it. Blood Grove. I should have put it... whatever. That's a fine place for it. It's not great, but it's not the worst. What was that? What was that creepy noise? Put down a... yeah... Oh, skeletons are really hard to kill. I don't think I want one of those down. I feel like the skeletons are the things that kill me the most. Could use some extra attack speed. It just occurred to me that I have all these other items I can't even use for some reason. Like a helmet, a necklace, another ring, a boot, a belt, and then like a quiver or something right there. I guess I'll unlock those later. Probably from the buildings in the town, honestly. Although I've made it a lot further than I had been recently. And that guy's angry now that I killed his friend. Damage to all and attack speed's pretty good, but evasion's too useful to give up. I'm not really evading much to my knowledge, but I feel like if I was to get rid of it, I would notice it immediately. Keep that yourself. Those vampires are really bad. They do a lot of damage. I don't want to lose that pure damage, but this is very good. I lose 5 pure damage, but I gain A lot of damage. I lose counter, but I gain vampirism. I might... I don't know if the trade-off is worth it. Vampirism seems really useful right now, because I'm taking a lot of damage. But the only damage I'm doing, I think, is the pure damage. Because that's just an extra 7 damage on top of whatever damage I am doing with it. So if I'm doing 0 damage, that gives me 7 extra damage. If I'm doing, 5 damage, I'm doing 12 damage. I cannot merit replacing that pure damage with vampirism, even if it's that much. I might die still, but it does so much damage. What is that? A vampirism shield. I can't replace the pure damage that I have. That's pretty cool, though. What was that? Oh. Did I get something? What was that noise? Must have been this. Okay. If I put this here, and I get more stones, I can put them around here, and it'll still work as adjacency. But a stagger pattern of mountains seems like the way to go. You only get 4 sides of each mountain to get the adjacency bonus on, I assume. I don't think diagonal counts as adjacent because this didn't. Maybe it does, actually. Wait, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm getting into the territory where those forests are actually dangerous to me. I would love to get some more, like, groves to give myself some extra HP regen on, like, days changing. Oh, there you go. As them shall receive, I suppose. This isn't useful to me anymore. These are now a problem because they hurt me. Well, they don't hurt me, but they, like, bind me, so I can't, like, fight back for a round. Where's my body at? Up there. Okay. Max HP, damage to all. That's not worth it. Not worth having. I got a big health regen from that. From passing the campfire. This should give me 10... 16. This should give me 16 extra health. 890 to 907. Give me 17 for some reason, but okay. Sure. Beacon. Again, these beacons feel dangerous, but I don't know why. I feel like I shouldn't put them down, but I also just don't know. I just put them out here. If I put them out here, they won't bother anybody, right? Just have them out there. That sounds like a good idea. Can I do that with anything else? Or does everything else need to be adjacent to the path? Now they're all path stuff. Alright, cool. Regen. Nah, evasion's too good. I keep saying that, but I'm not, like, noticing the evasion at all. I have 18% evasion, so I guess it's one every, like... every 4 or 5 attacks, or whatever, every 5 attacks. On average. Oh, that just deleted something. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. So one of my things just got deleted, which isn't good, because I think that was one of the things I actually liked having. Meadow. You can't really go anywhere convenient. Ooh, okay, so that did something. So finishing off the treasuries actually drop a ton of goodies. I really hope they're useful goodies. I lose pure damage, but I gain evasion. I lose 1 defense and some attack speed. I gain regen and evasion, though. I would lose 4 pure damage, but I think the evasion... Although I haven't really noticed the evasion at all. I want to believe the evasion will pay off. I don't believe it, but I want to believe it. I can't risk putting anything else down. These things might be good. I could probably, like, lower the spawn rate of enemies here. Now that I've, like... Now that I'm nearing the end of the path. That might be a good idea. Nice. What is that? Attack speed, counter, evasion. I lose evasion, but I gain attack speed and counter, but I lose Vampirism too. Vampirism's not helping me at all. I don't know why I even care about that. I don't know what counter does exactly. Attack speed's always good. And that evasion's always good. But I think this is probably better, but I am going to keep this. I don't know why. I just feel like that's the right call. It's one of those, I feel like my build is set in a specific way now, and if I change it, it's going to get me killed immediately. Oh, that one might be good. Evasion 7, but Vampirism 9, and Defense 2. I think I'm willing to trade off that. Although my damage output's not really high enough for that amount of Vampirism. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of base damage. Okay. I got some shields. What is that? Flesh Golem. It's a plant. A living plant with a soul. 20% attack speed increase. 81 damage. I'm going to die instantly. Oh, I evaded. Ugh. Oh my god, it's so strong. No, I almost killed it. That sucks. What is this? Do I have this? Can I just click that? No. Okay. I kept a decent chunk of goodies, though. Not nearly as many as I could have had, but still an okay amount. Can I upgrade anything here? No. What about building? Can I build anything new, or am I still stuck with nothing? What do I want to build? The smithy, maybe? What does that do? Craft tools for the camp. It provides the basic warrior gear at the start of each expedition. That might be nice. I noticed that I need a lot of whatever this is. I assume this is food, maybe? But I'm not getting any food. Did you rip me? Did you rest in peace me? How dare you? I'm not actually dead. Oh, I got something. What did I get? Chrono crystals. Crystals that are able to refract not only the light of the rising sun, but the passage of dawn itself. Double the effect of a day's passing on the tiles around it. No, I didn't. It's not true. I didn't rip myself. I don't know if I like the spiders. I feel like fighting too many of them at once is kind of a pain. Although in that regard, I think the vampires are too strong. Vampires just give every enemy vampirism. It feels like it's like just a death sentence every time. The Flesh Golem was way too strong. That was ridiculous. I don't even know how it got there. I don't know what combination of tiles I put down to make a Flesh Golem spawn, but it was bad. I might try putting rocks down, see what happens. Well, meadows definitely give me something. They give me that. This doesn't change for some reason. Maybe I won't do that. What build am I going to try going for this time? Evasion seemed to work pretty well for me, but I think it was probably the pure damage that I was doing more than the evasion itself. Vampirism seems like it could be good, but you have to do so much damage, you have to attack so quickly for it to actually work. It's very situational. I still don't know what counter does. For all I know, that could be like the best skill in the game. I know that it realistically should attack the enemy back when I get attacked. But I haven't been able to notice that if it does do that. I'm gonna wait to put down a thingy. You know, a thingy. I'm gonna wait to put down a one of those battlefields for that. I know what you mean. That I'm sorry that that's happening. It sucks being sore in general, and having to work such a long time, like, it's even worse. Having to come back and just be sore. Make sure to do a little bit of stretching and stuff too, so you don't, like, so you can work out some of the kinks and whatnot. That spider's attacking super fast. I guess I sort of asked for it, didn't I? Wow. Damage to all, defense and counter? Maybe I'll try a counter build. It's the first stat I got. I mean, if you think you want to call out, I don't see why not? Oh, what the heck? Putting rock next. I mean, if you like badly need the money, then probably don't. But if you're doing okay and you feel like you'll be really sore tomorrow and you won't be able to handle it, then I don't see what the issue would be. I think they'd probably understand. But putting a thingy next to a rock seems to give me a good bonus. I think I might do that more often now that I know about it. Of course, that's obviously a decision you'll have to make yourself, but I understand. I've had issues where I've had to call out. It always feels kind of weird, but sometimes it helps. Sometimes you just need to do it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's always that possibility. It's kind of a risky situation, or not. I don't know if risky is the word. A difficult situation to juggle. Okay, did I get a battlefield? I did. I want to put this battlefield here, because that spawns a chest every tile, or on the tile each loop. If I put it next to here, it doesn't do it daily. I thought it did daily. It doesn't each loop. If I put it here, it'll always be one of the first things I encounter. What about here? If I put it here, it'll be always the first thing I encounter. I want it there. This is a daily thing. I don't know if anything I need... That's every 3 days. Spawns a spider on test. So this just causes more enemies to spawn, because I don't have anything else to benefit from that. Yeah. I don't know. A good night's rest, maybe a bath or something, might help you. I mean, you're probably going to be sore regardless, but it could definitely help. I guess I'll just start putting these down. I don't know exactly what I want to do with them. I misunderstood what they did, so they're not that useful to me. Drop them places. That'll be fine, I'm sure. I don't really want to put them next to anything that could spawn more enemies. Grove? Do I want a grove? Sure. Ooh, that's a lot. What does that give me? Nothing I need. Damage to all. I'd rather attack speed. Okay. Well, now that I know these mountains don't duplicate, I can start putting them in a fancy way. So that's gonna be that. Then I'll put it here. And I'll put it here. It will be adjacent to this one, and then both of these. Now, and I'll have to like stagger them like that. That probably will work. Well, 24 hours isn't a whole lot more than 22 hours, so I doubt it shouldn't affect your decision much, I wouldn't imagine. But it's nice that you got a few extra hours. Yeah. 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 Are you getting overtime for it, or is it just standard? I suppose that's personal information, but, I don't know. Max HP, evasion, vampirism. Ugh, gosh, I can't just pass up evasion and vampirism. I might want to put a stone in between these. Yeah, that sucks. I know that. I used to work for a company that I will not disclose the name of. They do the same thing. Most companies do. I don't know why. It's really irritating. But it's far too common. Yeah. The company I worked for, I don't remember their parent company, but they also got bought out like 2 years before I started working there or something. And apparently my employees, not my employees, sorry, my coworkers also had the same situation where they talked about all how it used to be good before it was merged or whatever. Do I want vampirism more than I want defense? Attack speed and regen. Maybe I should try doing a regen build. Damage to all. Yeah, let me try doing regen. Oh, but I lose that no, I gotta commit to the regen. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, most of the time companies make plenty of money without cutting costs quite so aggressively, but they always seem to. Attack, speed, evasion, and defense. I'm gonna switch that out. I like vampirism, but I'm not doing very much damage, so the evasion and attack speed I think will be more beneficial to me. Stagger that. Alright, take your time. I will be here. Being cold. Playing game. This is specifically rocks or mountains, so putting a mountain there doesn't benefit me in any way. Putting a single rock in the middle of this will give me an extra 4 health regen per cycle, or per day. That feels pretty smart. I should probably bother to finish off this mountain, though, to get that extra big health boost, even though it's going to be if I could put a thing here. No, wait. Yeah. If I put a rock here, I can put fields here. I kind of messed it up here because that was adjacent. I want to put a thing there, and when I get a chance, I'll put a stone there. I think that'll be a good idea. I do want to level up though as well. I'm doing pretty good on health. I'll heal to full when I pass my spawn area. I might drop a spider nest down for the sake of extra experience. I could use a better shield though. It's not what I was asking for, but I'll take it. Not gonna put it on, but I'll take it. Road lantern. Just toss that there for now. I don't want vampirism right now. There we go. That'll be the final one to buff myself here. And this gives me 2 chests. Good stuff. I wonder if it's a possibility that these chests become mimics. It feels a bit weird that they just give you a beneficial land. Although I guess it's not necessarily just beneficial. It has the potential to be a ghost on enemy death. Just lower spawn rates near my spawn. And add another grove. I could put like here, I think maybe some place for it. Defense, pure damage, and vampirism is a pretty good shield. I don't know what I'll replace it with. It'd have to be regen, I guess. Pure damage, damage to all, defense, and counter. Damage to all and pure damage are pretty good. Has equal defense and it gives me counter instead of evasion, and I lose attack speed. I think pure damage is a very good stat. I think I want pure damage more than I want the other things. Damage to all is also kind of nice, but I don't think it's significant enough to matter. If I put a rock there, I can get a field here and here. If I put a field here, here, and here, I can get a rock there. I don't think I should be planning for rocks. Well, I mean, I guess that's sort of the point, isn't it, actually? But I already messed it up, so it's not going to be great. I think I have to put it here, 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 and here. Because adjacent fields don't seem to make a difference. Defense, evasion, and damage. I want that regen more than I want. Oh, 30 damage, though, is pretty good. I lose 1.2 regen and 1 defense, but I gain 13 evasion and, like, 12 potential damage. That seems like a great trade-off. I was really hesitant, but then I realized that was insanity. Why would I not take that? So give me... Okay, pause the adventure. Give me this. Just chuck it down wherever it'll go. I don't want to put down another spider. Well, most of the enemies seem to be done for. How's my health? It's looking pretty good. I could put some spiders here, so they're not getting too close to each other, so I don't have to fight like 10 at a time or whatever. No. What is that? I didn't even get a chance to look at it. What do I lose? I gain vampirism and regen, but I lose pure damage. No, I lose. Sorry. Yeah. Well, the pure damage is extra vampirism and defense and regen. I did say I would pick anything with regen. Well, I killed a flesh golem. He gave me a ring with vampirism. What is it? 9 vampirism and regen, attack speed and defense. I lose damage to all, counter, and pure damage, but I gain vampirism and regen. I said I'd take regen, so I'm gonna get regen. It might not have been a great trade-off, but it's also not terrible. I want to put... Do I want healing or do I want health? Healing might benefit me... It only heals every day. This just gives me straight-up health. And this one here should give me... What? 5, 10, 15... 18... 21, 24, 27... Something like that. I wonder if a mountain does the same thing as a stone when placed next to a meadow. I don't want to do that, because I know that I don't benefit from it, but I am still curious. Those things are very nice early, but they become a real hassle later. Those forests, those blood forests, whatever they're called. Nah. Cemetery? Where could I put a cemetery? Like here, maybe? I don't know if that would be a good idea or not, but it'll lower the spawn rates of them, and the skeletons are really strong. I don't know why I don't even know why I put that down. I didn't need to put that down. I do want the experience, but I should have put it somewhere where that would spawn a decent amount if that was the case. Eh, who knows? It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm full health now, but I haven't even passed the area yet. I need to put down some more enemies. I'm actually doing really good this run. Why is this being belligerent? There we go. Let's put down some spiders, like here? Maybe here. And maybe some more... This is a lot of enemies to fight all at once. I don't want to, like, get too many more just in a row. I'd like them to be spread out enough that I can get, like, an opportunity to not die instantly if I get into melee. Nice. Hey Greg, how you doing? Your name color changed. I was playing Railway Empire the other day. I had to restart it because I hated the way my tracks looked. Despite, it's only the second level, right? But it takes such a long time that I have to stare at those tracks being like so inefficient for so long. And I have to keep on restarting that one map because it annoys me so much. But when I get to that third level, yeah, when I get to level 3, I'm gonna play with you. I want to get that over with. How is the third level? Have you actually started it up yet, or have you not seen it? A defense, counter regen, and vampirism. Vampirism increases, but I lose a little bit of defense, and I lose attack speed completely. Kind of want the vampirism. I'm doing a decent amount of damage. It might be helpful. Blood Grove can go here. Road lanterns, keep them near the spawn. If I have a little bit of leeway, if I get in danger. Put this here. I can put a meadow next to it. And continue. Alright, Michi. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Hope you feel better tomorrow. No, I didn't see the Xbox Game Pass update. What, did something change? Pure damage, damage to all counter. I get a lot of health, but I do lose regen. I do like that regen. It's really helping me out here. But getting counter and damage to all and pure damage together is a really good combo. Not to mention it's a free extra 200 health. I think I will replace it. I'm gonna regret that. Really? On day one, they're gonna be free on Xbox Game Pass? That's insane. Why? I mean, cool, but why? That feels like they're gonna be losing a lot of money. Well, actually, I guess Xbox is gonna be getting a ton of money because a bunch of people are gonna buy Game Pass. I'm gonna bet they're gonna price hike the Game Pass just before the releases start. Yeah, for real. It's great. That's really cool. I look forward to having access to a bunch of just random new games all of a sudden. Another new Battlefield? Sure. Just toss it down right there. Just free loot, basically. I'm beginning to take a bit more damage than I'm comfortable with. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that health regen. It didn't seem like very much, but I guess it was enough to make a difference, because now I'm just taking a ton of damage all at once. Pure damage and... Wow, that's a lot of pure damage, holy crap. I would lose regen if I replaced that, but that's a lot of pure damage. Attack speed as well. I'd lose my Vam Prism, defense, regen, and counter for pure damage and attack speed. It might be worth it, but I feel like I'd be changing my build too much, and I think I would cause problems for myself. I think I'm gonna keep it the way it is for now. Oh, no, I didn't get a chance. Damn it, I wanted to see what that was. I didn't get it last time either. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, God, why? 3 regen seems amazing. 4 damage to all. I would lose that Vam Prism and the defense, but I did say I would take any item with regen, didn't I? Just to see how it runs. I'm just curious. It's gonna cause me more problems than it's worth, for sure. Oh, actually, I'm regenerating health pretty quick. It might not be that bad after all. Oh, 2 skeletons, though. I wish I liked Amnesia. It's cool that they added that, but I don't like very many scary games. And like I already have a hard time dealing with them, just generally. And I know Amnesia's like particularly like trying. Ooh, I need to start trying to crack open these things. Do I want more health? I guess more health is better right now. I do want to try cracking those open, but I can't really do it now. If I end up getting a bunch of meadows, I'll just chuck them all down right there. But until then, I'll just deal with what I'm doing now. That's an okay place for that. It's gonna get me killed. Increasing the attack speed of my enemies feels like it's probably a bad move. I did heal, though, I think. The night just changed to day. Okay. Looking good. Ooh, look at all those land drops. I mean, I guess I did want more enemies attacking me, so that I could actually, like, deal with the fight. What does this do? Oh, it's just bosses, okay. What's happening? Oh, I just cleared it. Boss fight. What is this? What just happened? Did this replace anything I put down? What are these? Every palace increases Lich's HP and damage by 5%. It was here that the sorcerer Omicron conducted his futile experiments in an attempt to stop the heat of death of the universe. What is this? Incursion. Where's the boss at? Is it just gonna, like, attack me as soon as I reach that location? Can I just, like... Can I use these to trash stuff? Get rid of that? Oh, it works. Cool. Sure, just get rid of all of it. I only have 3. Well... Still. Cool. I was wondering what I was gonna do with those. Just carrying them around doing nothing. I guess I can only put this around here to give myself some health. There's no reason to put it anywhere else right now, if this is the last fight. How is it possible? That's right, you didn't devour me like the rest of the world. Haven't I? You really don't think so? What are you talking about? I'm standing right here in front of you. I consumed all of your reality. Its every element now rests in a separate pocket dimension. Spaces, living beings, information, even memories. They shall remain there until entropy does its work, turning everything into a uniform static mass. Along with you, of course. You're insane. So, what do we have here? Oh, I see. You found a way to interact with other pieces of your reality, organizing, combining, and merging them. But how? I don't see any exceptional talents or knowledge in you. You hardly even understand what's happening, right? I'll tell you what's happening. A pile of bones is butchering my world and thinks that it can get away with it. You're already doomed and you know it. Perhaps you're just the first in a series of systematic errors. A problem I must learn to solve. Let's not waste any time, then. I don't think you're capable of feeling regret, but I'm about to change that. What does this do? Health and damage are increased by 5%. For the, yeah, okay, Lich's Palace thing. He has 10% changed by palaces. Oh, enhanced by palaces. Okay, same thing. He does pure damage. That's nice. How much pure? 131 pure damage is going to be an outrageous amount of damage. I can't live that. He's going to kill me in like 1 hit. Well, it's like 3, 4 hits, whatever. Am I meant to beat this guy? This doesn't feel possible. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Yeah, very dead. Definitely dead. Well, okay. I suppose I wasn't expecting to beat him on my first try, but didn't expect him to be that strong. How am I meant to fight that? Also, I didn't even get anything to, like, level up my stuff with. How do I get more of this? Can I, like, look at the resources? What is this? A small pack of food found in the ruins of the New World. Unlike the rest of the world, hunger is still here, and you'll need all the means if you can get to fight it. Or you can get to fight it, alright. So I still need... Can I, like, get food from the kitchen? No. Herbalist hut, what does this do? Potions heal? I don't know, have potions. Interesting. Oh, it allows me to brew potions, okay. Okay, well... I suppose I can try again. Can I upgrade anything? Can I upgrade the field kitchen? No. Okay, I'll just do what I can. Try again from the start. It is the way. I don't know how I can get any stronger. That was my best run, and I thought I planned it out pretty well. Maybe I should have kept Vampirism instead of Regen. The Regen was really nice, though. That was a lot of Regen. That armor. Chuck down the battlefield. I like the battlefield being right next to my spawn. So I can just get a bunch of treasure chests immediately. That seems like a good idea. I'm gonna keep up that. Lower the spawn rate near the village, or near toss down spiders immediately. I need to balance leveling up with... like leveling up with keeping my health up, right? So last time, I felt like I had 2 rounds around the table that didn't give me enough, like, health. Do I want to do this? I can... Hold on. Okay, if I put the meadow here and here, I can put a rock here and give myself some heals. I don't have a big mountain yet, or whatever, so I don't want to put that down. When I get a mountain, I'll start putting the stones around it. But because last run I felt like I didn't have enough enemies on the map because I was hesitant to put more down. I think this time I'm gonna probably put them down. Maybe not immediately after getting them, but I'm just gonna put them down sooner. The cemetery, I hate fighting skeletons, but I'm imagining they must give a decent amount of experience. Oh, a mimic. Speaking of mimics, I just mentioned this earlier. That's all? Just a normal enemy, I guess. It's kind of creepy, but otherwise, fine. Defense, I lose regen, but I gain attack speed and extra defense. So I just gain more defense. Damage, I gain pure damage, attack speed, and evasion. That's just all around good. I'll take that for sure. A little bit extra armor? Yeah. Okay, there's my mountain. The first mountain doesn't really matter, because no matter what, it's going to turn into a big mountain. It's going to be the same value regardless. So let's just get that out of the way as quick as possible. I can't tell how regularly enemies give you certain items, because it feels like in the early game they give you a lot more drops, like, not drops, sorry, like land. They give you a lot more land to work with. Whereas in the later game, it seems like they give you a lot more, like, enemy cards. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Pure damage is great. I have no reason not to use this. Extra defense, but I lose that attack speed, so no. Scimitar is just weaker, and I lose pure damage, and I gain a little bit of regen instead of dodge. I think I'll pass, thanks. No. Once this fight ends, I'm going to place that mountain. What happens if I put a mountain next to this? Does that change anything? No. Okay, well, I sort of figured it wouldn't, but I wanted to test it anyway. I don't know how things interact with each other, so... sort of just have to manage it however it'll work. Toss some spiders down there on the corner. That way they're not, like, infesting the area, but I can have something else to fight on the way. Okay. Get another battlefield in front of my, whatever it is, my campfire. Toss these down. I only need one more rock to get that mountain going, finally. Do I want spiders right now? I think I have enough enemies. I just spawned some goblins by accident, so I think I'll be okay with monsters for now. I'll let it go and see how it comes around. I don't have any health regen, really. I get 12 per day back, 6 per second, 0.6 per second. And I have no vampirism, so I'm kind of hurting in that area. Do I want to increase the spawns of anything? Not really. This doesn't work near these chests. I've already determined that. I could put it there, I guess, and just get a few more of those dogs. They're really weak, so they're not like a big deal. Get that mountain up and running. There we go. 121, same as always. Okay, now I can start placing the mountains more strategically. I'll keep the spiders for myself, and now that I know that boss needs to have, has like a palace or whatever to blow up, I'll just keep those, like, skeleton cards for whenever I encounter the boss again. Max HP, evasion, vampirism, pure damage. Yup, sounds good. Pure damage, regen, and vampirism. So I lose counter and attack speed, but I gain vampirism. That might be worth it. Doing that much pure damage would also increase my vampirism. So I think I will do that. Damage to all. Same defense. Lose attack speed, gain evasion, and damage to all. It's not a terrible trade-off, but I think attack speed's probably more valuable to me than damage to all is. Although, is damage to all affected by true damage? Pure damage, sorry. I guess there's only one to find out, and I can just do this and find out. No, it's not. I guess not. Shame. Although, 9 pure damage would be kind of broken with damage to all, so I sort of understand that trade. that would be a bad idea. Counter, evasion, vampirism. That's just worse overall. I lose that regen and I lose some vampirism. The evasion's nice, but I'm not going to trade out pure damage and regen for that. Damage to all, attack speed, counter, and regen. The regen's nice, but again, pure damage and vampirism are kind of too valuable to me. Why do you always go for the little one first, you fool? Clearly you should go for the big one. It causes more problems. Yeah, the damage to all is worthless. Maybe there's a way to, like, buff damage to all, or maybe there's a way to get, like, more damage to all, but only, like, the 1 or whatever it's doing, the 2 damage it's doing is just not worth the amount of, like, other things I could have had there. Get another cemetery down. I hate skeletons, but might as well get some more. Get the dogs. The rat hounds, or whatever they're called. The wolf rats. Whatever. Is this gonna be a good idea? No. These be meadows. If I put it in mountains over there, it wouldn't interact, I don't think. I could see, though. I didn't test it before. It feels like a waste to do it now, but I also feel like I need to know. If I put this down, it shouldn't give me anything, unless this counts as a stone. Or a mountain. It doesn't count as either. Okay, well, at least I know that now. I should have checked it the last time I did it, but I didn't pay attention. I was looking to see if this one would change to something else, but it just doesn't do anything. A little bit of attack speed wouldn't go awry. My attacks do a lot of damage, but they're slow. Also, do these effects stack, I wonder? Because if I put this down twice, like this one and then this one next to it, I wonder if those get buffed together. It feels dangerous to test it, but I also am curious enough to try. I need to learn some ways. I think I'm gonna put off that spider for now. I think I was right about the. I'm advancing. I'm putting too many enemies down right now. I'm not getting enough return. I'm losing too much health for the level I am right now. No, it's a mimic! I just got my health back, you bastard. What do we got here? I lose evasion, and damage to all, but I gain a ton of defense. I am going to trade that out. What was this again? Oh, right, I lose the pure damage. Okay, toss that down there. I want to crack these open, so I really need to get some more of those, meadows. Ooh, Vampirism. I lose pure damage, I gain Vampirism, and a bunch of HP. I don't know if that's worth it. The Vampirism's nice, like I've said before, but I think it's more important that I maintain that pure damage. Even though it's only 2, I think it's more useful to me. I want to use this. I don't really want anything else to spawn. I'm only going to have a hard enough time getting through this gauntlet. I wish there was like an accuracy or something, like akin to that, so that I could like increase my abilities to hit things. I don't want to put down the cemetery, the chrono crystals, or the spider cocoons. I don't think I'm able to handle the enemies I have right now. The 9 pure damage I don't think is enough to merit not leveling up my weapon when I get a new weapon. Because how much pure damage is that? It's 4. If I guess it depends on how good of a weapon I get. What is that? 4 pure damage and just a ton of health. Regen. I lose Vampirism and Evasion, but I gain too many good things to pass that up. And lower spawn rates again, anywhere nearby, just so I can have a peaceful walk back to my base. Got a lot of countering and evading going on. Not killing anything though. No. I don't know the numbers exactly, but I think defense is more useful than countering me right now. Pure damage 4. Damage to all and attack speed. Losing regen per second and Vampirism I don't think is worth 2 pure damage, even with that bonus to attack speed. 11% Vampirism at 20 damage, 30 damage, so I get, what, like, 3-4 health per attack. I don't attack fast enough for Vampirism to matter, actually. Maybe it is worth trading out. Yeah. If I had kept that other armor that gave me Vampirism, it might be worth keeping, but I don't think it matters at this stage. Yep. God damn, I didn't get in time. Okay. Ugh. Oh no, I lost one of my cards. What one was it? Was it one of my blowing up cards or my obliterate cards? I hope not. It gave me so many cards all at once. I wasn't ready for it. I have to start placing enemies down, or I can just start putting these crystals down in the middle of nowhere, because they don't really matter. Spiders I can handle. Groves I think I can handle pretty well. They don't do that much damage. Put them over here, maybe. Spiders also can go over here. I need to keep my cards not full, so I don't blow up the cards I need. They don't do a ton of damage, but I guess they are kind of a threat still. That last meadow, see what I get from that. Nothing useful to me yet. I didn't realize it gave me cards too, I gotta be more careful with that. I wasn't paying attention. Another meadow. Another meadow. Damage to all down, or defense is... Well, it just gives me defense, I guess. Okay, that's not useful to me. Go again. I'm losing a lot of health. I don't want to use that there, but I want to get that opened up. What does this give me? Counter, Vampirism, a little bit of extra damage. Not really enough to switch out, unfortunately. Toss that down. I don't want to put another one there, because if I get another one of these treasure vault things, I want to put it there. One of the flesh golems spawned up there, I just saw it. Where did that spawn at? I need to see what causes it. Oh, it must be these forests. These blood groves must spawn the golems. I got a battlefield. Put that down. Some more rocks. Sounds good. Just give me some extra health. Always love to see it. Although at this stage, with only 0.6 health regen and only healing 47 per day, having 1,000 health is causing me problems. I think you do need Vampirism or regen in your build no matter what. I lose defense but gain counter? Nah. That's Vampirism. I lose a little bit of defense. I lose 4. I lose 7 defense. I still don't know what defense does. But I gain 13 Vampirism, which isn't great, but with this, I get pure damage and regen and max HP. I lose counter. I think I prefer this, and I will switch out this, even though I don't think it's necessarily good. I don't want to lose that pure damage. It's too good. What is that? Defense, attack speed now. Only getting like 4 or 5 HP per attack without attack speed isn't going to be that useful. I can't afford to put cemetery down. I really need more weapons. I wonder what drops weapons. I wonder if the enemies drop something specific to what they are. Like, do skeletons drop weapons? Do vampires drop weapons? Is it random? That spider dropped a weapon. That's what I was waiting for. I can't do anything with it yet, but that's what I was waiting for. Ah, 30 damage. Come on, guy. Dropped a ring. What does that ring do? Pure damage 11 with some counter. I mean, aside from the attack speed, I'm literally using that ring purely for the damage, so I might just chuck that on. I mean, it's not the best ring, but it's certainly a lot more damage than I was doing. Oh my god, really? I just took like 100 damage. I'm not gonna live this, I don't think. I think I'm done this round. Hold on, what's that? Regen, damage, defense. I'm gonna have to swap it out. I'm gonna lose that pure damage, but I gained some pure damage here, and this is just gonna be helpful in general for the regen and the extra damage. That's what I was using last time too. I lose. Oh no, I gain defense. I just lose a little bit of vampirism. That might be worth doing. Just a tiny bit of vampirism lost, but I gain a huge amount of defense. This can just go down wherever. Attack the big guy. Come on. The big guy's way more important here. He'll kill you. This isn't looking like a great run, unfortunately. It was doing okay, but I think I did the exact opposite of what I did last time. I think I put too many things down when I wasn't strong enough. HP and defense and attack speed. it's the same defense, and I just gain attack speed instead of Vampirism. It's not really worth it. Regen per second, I lose a little bit of damage, but I gain a lot of regen. That's actually probably worth it. Since it didn't do pure damage or anything, I didn't really care that much. I'll keep my Vampirism on, because I don't know if Vampirism stacks with pure damage or not. I assume it does. I'm definitely not going to survive. I'll get a little bit of health back from that day passing. What does that give me? Evasion? Nah. Can I just, like, go out on my own terms? Does it still... I keep 60% of all resources. So if I die, I can only keep 30%? Maybe? Dying's worse than retreating, probably, right? Also, I need more food. How do I get more of this? This is what I need the most of. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna retreat. I'm not gonna be able to live, so there's no reason to stick around. I'll die anyway, it'll be easier just to leave now. Another success, you've returned, and we still remember you, unbelievable. Yeah, it's good to be back, but I'd hardly call it a success. My old memories of the new world were gone, the path was empty again, and there was only darkness everywhere I looked. Interesting, so technically you remember that you forgot something. We could find a way to use that. Let's talk about something more positive. We managed to tidy up the place, for the next step, in time for the next step. What do you have in mind? Expanding the camp, we have people with all sorts of skills, from the cook to the alchemist, but each needs a place to work. However, you can't build anything with the local materials. You find a branch or a rock, turn away for a second, and it's gone. I'm afraid only you can solve this problem. The materials that survive your trips always look suitable for building. But those are just pebbles and splinters. How can you build anything with them? Curious, huh? I realized it when I saw your campfire. The things you find seem to spread stability to similar materials and things. It's only a little change, but it's still something. Even a small branch is enough to make a wooden fence exist without constant oversight. I'm assuming that means I can build something new. The herbalist's hut. I mean, I'm happy to finally get something to build. Should I be planning out where I place these things? Maybe. The hands of the herbalist always remember how to mix dried herbs and brew healing potions. Potion heals 4% of max health. You can take up to 3 potions with you. 2 potions are refilled at the camp. Unlocks the swamp card. It's a miracle. We could find some fertile soil, and by a miracle, save some seeds of precious healing herbs. But the real miracle is that all the healing poultices and bombs still have some effect. We already lost many people because of the cataclysm. It'd be nice not to lose more to any diseases. And these potions can help you as well. Take a vial or 2 on your trip, and your chances of getting back in one piece will be much higher. Sure. I guess that makes sense. I don't see why not. Swamp? I'll toss a swamp card in. But now I have to remove something. Bloodgrove is kind of useful, but it does cause me problems too. The Chrono Crystals I do not have a use for, so get rid of those. Those are legitimately just causing me problems. I thought they worked with the Battlefield card, but they don't, so I have no reason to keep them in. This returns to me when I go past the campfire, so I can actually use it to heal myself mid-combat and stuff. Up there. Oh, I don't want to fight skeletons this early, but I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do I? beacon can go wherever. I don't really care. Go, just toss that there. Start putting these down wherever they'll go. Actually, it might not be a good idea to use those, honestly. Because those stones give me HP regardless, and give me more HP if they're next to something. Whereas the mountains only give me HP if I put them adjacent to something. I'm not really sure which one's more valuable to me, if I'm honest. They're both not great. I mean, the stones are obviously, like, helpful all the time. But the mountains can only be helpful in one situation. Should I wait for a treasury? Maybe. 95 health, regen, and vampirism is just better. Same damage. Spider. If I put the meadows down now, I can... Well... They don't do anything unless they're near either a stone or that treasury thing. They give me 2 HP at the start of each day, which is nice, but not really necessary. If I drink one of these now, I can. Does it auto-drink them? Must auto-drink them. No, I just try. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say, if I drink one now, I can refill them, so I don't have to worry about it, but I think I might just drink them automatically when I get low or something. Pure damage. Regen. Attack speed is nice. I could try an attack speed build. That might be an interesting idea. This is what I wanted. Thank you. Now I can start putting these down. Ooh, a level 3 axe, huh? Pretty good. It doesn't have any special abilities or anything, but it's strong, so I'm more than happy to use it. Put more spiders down. They're kind of easy to deal with, but in large numbers are kind of a nightmare. I'm gonna put this near the spawn, as usual. Yeah, in large numbers they do a lot of damage. Individually, they're negligible, but yeah, it's not really the way, I guess. They spawn very quickly, so by the time I get back to them, they're already ready to fight me again. In full groups. I gotta keep an eye on what drops what, because I need to see what gives me that food. The food's what I need. Like, I just got a stone, but I don't know why. Did I get a stone because I killed a skeleton? Or is it because I passed through a graveyard? Or is it just something I pick up randomly as I walk around generally? I lose a lot of I lose the vampirism and regen, but I get a lot of defense out of that. A lot of health, I mean, sorry. Don't need either of those. I gained a stick from that. Give me meadow. Give me a mountain. A rock. Another meadow over here somewhere. I don't want to put another spider down. That feels dangerous. I'm not entirely sure I'm at a stage where I can easily deal with that. I can't heal myself. I just tried again. It doesn't seem to work. That's the same defense. We're good. Same defense. And we gain 1 rock. Alright. Now I can start putting these down. Does this actually count as a mountain? 39... Yeah, it does. Okay. swamp. What does the swamp do? Spawns a mosquito every day, every 3 days. All healing effects are lethal here, except for the potions. They're still on your side. So vampirism's going to cause me problems, and I assume health regen, probably? I wonder if there's a reason to pick specific tiles. Like, why would I have a swamp if it's just such a dangerous one to deal with? It has a potential of hurting me more than it helps, so I don't know if it's actually worth using at all. Oh. Okay, well I got that opened. Pure damage, evasion, vampirism, sure. Health regen, I lose some max HP. See how it affects me in the swamp, I guess. I don't want to put a meadow down yet, because I might get another one soon. I'm gonna put... hold on. What does this say? Every mountain or rock adjacent tile. Okay, so I'm gonna put a thing here and do it the same way I always do it. Like that. Well, I say always as if I've done it before, but like the way I did it last time. Put that there in anticipation of getting more goodies later. Hold on to the meadows. The beacon, I guess I can probably drop down. Not there. There? See how that goes? Oops, I didn't pause in time. I don't want to put the meadow down until I know what it does, because I haven't actually seen it in action yet. I'll have to wait a bit, because I don't know if I want to put it near anything in particular, if I want to be careful with it. I'll keep on to that for now. Swamp, can... wait for now, yeah. Cemetery, I'm gonna ignore. I can't do cemeteries. The skeletons are really strong. Yep, look at that, jeez. Can I please heal myself? Can I just like drag it and drop it? Can I right click it? No. Does it tell me what this does? Heals you by 4% of HP when your life is in danger. Also, it does heal me itself. I should have just read that the whole time. I've been sitting here getting annoyed by it. It just has it in the description of what it does. Attack speed. No, I don't need that. Meadow. Rock. Okay, here comes the swamp. Is there anything in the swamp? No, there's not even any mosquitoes in the swamp. Poisonous gas. All healing and regeneration and vampirism deals damage instead. Okay, so it's just generally a bad time coming in here. I could really use a new weapon. My current weapon doesn't have any effects yet. I got a rock for doing something. Oh wait, maybe it's just a certain number of these. Like if I put a certain number of like stones together, does it create a rock? Is that what it is? So I get enough grain together, does it create a food? That feels like it might be the way. I still don't trust these swamps to be like good. I feel like if I put these down, it's gonna get me in trouble. I put them down like near my campfire. Well, I don't even know what they're for, so I don't know if I should bother. Do I want to fight? I know I'm gonna have to put things down soon to get more monsters on the field, so they can actually level up faster. I don't know how much of a pain they are to deal with, though. I haven't really fought them. Any weapon would be great. Just anything that isn't the normal weapon I'm using right now. Better, but not exactly what I was asking for. That's the exact thing I just threw away. God, that spider really didn't want to go down, huh? What did I just get? Oh, one of these. What are these? How do I get these? Is it just random? I don't understand it. Ooh, I do have one of these, though. I'll put that down next to my campfire so I can get more free loot. Put it there, it might go up there. I don't want that. I want it to be like on this path. Because I put it there, that might be an okay place for it. I don't know if I cross here, if it spawns here, if I'll get it immediately, or if it'll have to go all the way back around for it. Keep those in there. I don't want to bother with them yet. What the heck was that noise? I'm taking a ton of damage, as expected. Ooh, an actual weapon. Attack speed. Vampirism, a ton of health. It's too much health to pass up. It's not a great item, but the health is way too good. More defense, no damage to all, evasion, and less vampirism. I think evasion's a pretty good trade-off. Another one of those. Okay, there's this. What does this do? 20% attack speed. 15 damage. It's about the same strength as the rat wolves, but attacks a lot faster. If I can get a few more of those going, I can probably heal a decent amount. How far am I through the area? I'm right here, so I'm most of the way through. I'll probably heal enough here to not worry about it too much. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna lose 100 health doing this, but I think... No, it's not worth it. The 6% evasion is not worth it. I'm not gonna trade that out, so that'd be a bad move. I don't want any more swamps. I'm gonna have to put something down. I'm running out of like card space. Well, actually, I don't care if any of these things get destroyed. Any of these can be destroyed. I don't care. It's fine. Just let them get eaten. I don't want them. Those are all like monster spawning cards, and I'm already struggling to live. Go for the big one. No. They always drop something good. I lose vampirism, but I gain evasion. I lose a little bit of health, too. This is, like, the same as this, but just a little bit more health. And I guess the evasion's better. That one might be worth trading off. It still feels like a loss, but I do want more evasion. So I guess I'll toss that on. Hey, I got 2 chests. One of them's a mimic, I bet. Yep. Pure damage, evasion, nah. Nah, same thing. Counter, evasion, and HP. I'll keep the vampirism. Wait, a meadow. I should have put that down before it crowed, but too late now. I don't care about any of these things, so they can just be trashed. That's fine. probably make an effort to get that unlocked before I do anything more. Next meadow is going to go straight into that. Please kill the big one first. Thank you. Oh, a mace. What does that do? Damage to all. It does a little bit more damage, but it has less attack speed. That might be okay. Just a little bit of extra damage to all might be fine. Oh my god, this is going to be a terrible fight. Want to just drop a mountain there? Probably not. I think I need to keep sticking to my patterns. Just suffer through and wait for the meadow to spawn. Yeah, that's right. I don't want your darn spider cards. Get out of here. Damage to all has the potential to be pretty good, because it looks like I'm doing a decent amount of damage. As long as it's high enough, but it seems a bit risky to rely on it. Wow, how many cards am I allowed to carry before you start deleting them? I felt like you deleted my good ones really quickly, immediately, for like nothing. Regen, defense, pure damage, evasion, vampirism's more valuable to me. Healed 44 health. Attack speed defense, nah. Meadow! What was that? It was this. Memory fragment. Rumors, myths, and someone's delusions. It will take weeks to understand it all. And it will take years to decide if you actually need this. 10 fragments to form Book of Memories, whatever that is. I'm getting a lot of drops. I need to pause. What did I do? Okay, so I got a rock. Tasty. Got some meadows. A bunch of swamps I don't care about. The road lantern might be a good thing to put down somewhere so that I can lower spawn rates, because I'm having a hard time. And one-shot that. That's always nice. Put another one down here. Feels kind of counterintuitive when I was talking earlier about needing to balance out the number of enemy spawns, so I was going to put more stuff down. Okay, I'll take that battlefield and I'll just toss it down here. Oh, that's going to hurt. 66? That's not as bad as I thought it would be. It does 81 damage, so I do have a lot of defense. Actually, I don't have that much, weirdly. What did I just get? Pure damage, attack speed, regeneration, evasion. I lose vampirism, but it's still pretty decent. Pure damage 7 is outstanding. I'll get that for sure. I don't even think I'll look at the other ones. Just get that immediately. That's amazing. Pure damage 2. I lose 1 vampirism, 9 evasion. I gain counter and defense. I think I prefer the evasion, even though the pure damage is going to be really helpful eventually. Okay. Be something good. It's not amazing, but it gives me pure damage if I wanted to trade off the evasion and vampirism, which I do not. Otherwise, it's quite okay. What is that? A blood clot. Undead liquid. Has a soul. Attacks once every 0.75, so it attacks a little bit faster than a second. What's my attack speed? I can't even see that. Okay, what does that give me? Pure damage, that's fine. Okay, damage to all and attack speed. I don't want that. Mountain, you can go down, and everything else can just hang out in my inventory and be trashed. The vampirism's doing pretty good work considering how much damage I'm doing. But it's definitely not enough to, like, counteract the amount of damage I take in a fight with more than one enemy. Okay. Something happened that seemed good. Damage to all, regen per second, and damage. This is just better. I'll take this every day of the week. What the heck? It's amazing. Rock can go... I want to fill out this. I'm going to put this here. I want to get this out of the way, because I want to get loot. Very good loot. Keep the vampirism. Those potions are really helpful. I guess that's kind of the point, huh? They're kind of meant to be helpful. What is that dinging noise that I keep getting? What is happening that I'm not noticing? Oh, it's this. It's the memory fragments. Okay. Way, I got a book of thingies. Book of memories. I'm sure that's pretty useful, but I wouldn't know what it's for, because I'm not going to be able to I'm not going to take it back, because I'm definitely going to die, but I am curious. Mountain. I could just finish off this. I could have. Yeah, alright. Just keep it up. I need to make sure this Oblivion doesn't go. I want to use that on the final boss, so I'm gonna have to make an effort to keep that. Ugh. If I could one-shot the spiders, I think this wouldn't be an issue. Well, I can one-shot a lot of them, it looks like. Okay, I think that's all I got for them. I'll start putting them over here now. Battlefield. Although the boss is going to spawn pretty close. This won't actually be beneficial to me at all. Yeah, so... Actually, wait, that was me. I caused that. Did me placing that tile make the boss appear? Uh-oh. That's a problem. I don't have any way to fight that right now. And I'm about to be like half health when I about get to him. God, that evasion's ridiculous. What? Is there like a way to not get avoided by combat? My health regen's okay, but it's definitely not enough. Pure damage 11. I lose regen though. I can't risk that. It's kind of my only way of living right now. Although in honesty, doing well, it's only 4 more damage and some attack speed. That might be helpful though. Counter, regen per second, defense. Is it worth it? 20% attack speed feels like a lot. I'm gonna do it. I'm already gonna die anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. This helps me not die because it lets me attack faster. That might be better. Vampirism and evasion. I lose evasion, but I gain more vampirism and way more health. It's not a good idea because I need that evasion, but I am gonna do it. Just switch up the build halfway through, it's fine. Nothing could go wrong. My Oblivion is gone. Oh no, I used it, right? It's fine. Yeah, I agree with that. And this also hurts me in these swamps, I've forgotten. Flesh Golem. Ooh, I got it before it hit me twice. Nice. Defense, evasion, and vampirism with damage to all. I'll take that. It's not the best, but it's not bad. I lose a lot of pure damage. I'm not willing to switch that out. It's a good lot of evasion, though. It's a shame. What does this do? Attack speed? Nah. I also lose damage, so it's not good anyway. God, what am I supposed to do here? This is bad. Like, I'm not gonna live. I guess I could retreat again before I actually get to the boss. What does retreating give me? I'll lose the book and all my food, basically. Well, I have 2 food. That's something. I'll keep a book. It might... If I die and it goes down to 30%, I think that's what it does. I don't remember for sure, but I think that's what it does. I feel like it's better if I retreat before the boss fight, because I know I'm not going to beat the boss. How much more do I have in the battle before? I could probably find a few more things. I can't do anything with this, but I'll place it anyway. Okay, I can fight that harpy and then immediately just pause afterwards, and then just leave. There you go. Just drop that down. Alright, I'm leaving. Retreat. Wait, what? I'll lose nothing. I keep all resources. Why? What changed? Is it because I'm so close to... Is it because there's no more enemies on the path? Is that why? I'll take that, sure. I'll take everything. If I knew I could have retreated then, I would have done it a lot sooner. I thought I had to beat the level to get all my goods. Sweet. Give me a smithy, please. I'll take that. Get my actual, like, weaponry going. By this anvil, the seven seas, if it isn't a little forge. Yeah. Oh, he's got a pirate voice, huh? You've no idea how I missed the heart of the forge, or the heat of the forge and the smell of the metal. We'll have some proper tools now, laddie. You have my word. You'll even have something for those journeys of yours. I don't know, I can't do a pirate voice very well. You're quite enthusiastic. Something tells me you're no stranger to the sailor's craft. Shiver me hammers, how'd you know? It doesn't matter, though. You're right. Don't you worry, I'll show you these hands can hold a hammer as good as they can hold the helm in a storm. Even for a dozen days in a row. Let me read that. There will always be work for a blacksmith, apocalypse or not. Provides the basic warrior gear at the start of each expedition. Unlocks the ability to craft tools for the camp. The supply depot is built. Where's the supply depot? Right here. Oh, I can make it a farm as well. Interesting. What does that do? Farmers' crops are always a welcome sight in the dinner table. All empty tiles around the farm are transformed into gardens. After an expedition, it gives you one ration for every completed loop, but not more than there are garden tiles. Excuse me. Build something over the garden. You can build something over the garden. Unlocks the ability to craft food in the supply depot. Unlocks. Okay. So I want to put it where it's not gonna get. Well, there's nowhere I can put it where it's not going to get, like, in the way of other buildings. Put it, like, over here. It'll be, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Same with here. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 5. I'm not sure if that counts. So I guess... Or here, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same. 6. This will be 6 if I put it here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That's a pretty good field. Did you notice how strangely this oblivion affects our senses? Hunger, for example. You can go for days without food, and you still won't be hungry. Still, that doesn't mean you should quit eating altogether. Our farmer swears he'll be able to grow some stable crops, but it'll take some time. I'm curious to see what he can grow without any sunlight. Okay. So, whatever the food is for, I guess. Unless it's this? It says it gives you rations, right? So it gives me some of these. So it constantly generates its own food, so I don't have to bring it back. I guess that's nice. Anything else I can build? I need more food. And whatever that is. And then more wood for the refuge, which I guess is where people will build. Can only be next to a field kitchen. Uh-oh. Where's the field kitchen? Please don't tell me it's this. There it is. Okay, so I can put the refuge is next to this. So I can only put 2 down, 2 or 3, 4, 5, I guess. And then I assume it'll move these tiles out. Maybe? I don't know. Expedition. What did I get? Wheat fields. It's locked. Why is it locked? Is there a reason it's locked? Haystacks look like a cozy place to rest, but you have to move on. Can only be placed next to a village. I assume that means I have to get a village card, and I don't have that yet. I suppose that's probably the reason. Okay, well... Start again, I suppose. Oh, yeah, I got everything. Didn't give me enough time to equip it, but I got everything. One full set of gear before I even start. You can go like here. It's not great gear, but it's gear. Sort of hoping for a treasury before I start putting anything down, but it's probably not gonna be not gonna pay off much. What a battlefield though. Spiders can go there. Let's see. Mountains don't really matter because it just turns into a thing eventually. I'll hold on to the meadows. I don't really need healing in the early game anyway. Not really. Boneyard might be a good place to put down. Rogue, I don't mind fighting the dogs. They're not hard to kill. I'm fine with that. Yay! My chest. Ooh. Whatever it is, it's better than what I got. Rocks. Some meadows, still not gonna put those down yet. Should I put more swamps next to each other? Does that make sense? Not really. I don't know why I did that. It's gonna make it really hard. Regen, attack speed. I could try doing an attack speed build this time. I haven't done one of them yet. I suppose the faster I kill my opponents, the less likely I am to take damage anyway, so it might be a good idea. Look at all those rocks. It's a shame they're all going to go, like, sorted to waste as soon as I make it into that one giant mountain. I actually don't know if I want to put those there. I might put them here. I want to put battlefields around the camp so that I can get the spawns of the chests as quickly as I, come across them. God, please, just give me, like, just give me a single treasury. Counter and regen per second. I want to do I want to do attack speed, so I'm going to avoid using that ring, even though it's better than what I'm using now. Pure damage, obviously better. Same damage sword. There it is. There's my treasury. That's what I was waiting for. Give me that. Up there. Just put all the meadows next to it. I suppose I could have waited until I got a second treasury. That way I didn't have to have this extra bit there. Vampirism increase, defense, a little bit more health. I lose evasion and counter though. Nah. I will take this axe though. It's quite a nice axe. Meadow. Ooh, a spear. That does pure damage, damage to all, and counter. I could do a counter build. I don't know what counter does exactly yet still. So it might be worth trying out. Depends on how many other things I get that have counter on them, I guess. There you go, there's the big old mountain. Sure, put a blood forest down, whatever it's called. The blood grove. It might benefit me. A beacon feels like a mistake every time I put it down, but it might be good. It's hard to say. This is dangerous. I don't have much vampirism, but I do have some. Come on now. Please. Okay. Ooh, a shield. And it gives me counter. Sure, I'll take that. And another shield, which gives me vampirism, which I won't take because I want to try the other one. I want to try getting that counter build going, see how it works out. I don't really need another one of these, so... Doesn't increase the chance, does it? Nah. I am losing a lot of health. Whee! Oh, a bunch of crap. A whole bunch of crap. Lower the spawn rates a bit more, please. I don't like those mosquitoes. They are dangerous. I could just hold on to that meadow for now. Alright, what do we get? Damage to all, regular damage, it's fine. Attack speed, evasion, vampirism. Yup. Oh, I was doing attack speed, wasn't I? It wasn't a counter build, it was an attack speed build. Well, nothing else has gotten attack speed, so it's fine. It's basically the same. Nothing has changed, really. So, no, that's not good. I gain a little bit of counter, damage to all, pure damage is the same, and just more damage is generally better. Just genuinely a way better spear. Attack speed does less damage, and I lose counter, so I'm not going to use it. I want attack speed, but I think I'm gonna try for the counter build. I'm really hurting over here without like health regen. Some description. No, counter. Spiders, I could probably deal with a few more. Not too much of a threat, really. Among all the things in the game, spiders seem to be pretty easy to deal with. Spiders and the wolfhound things, the rat hound, whatever they are. It's really funny watching the little mosquitoes fall and die. Pure damage, counter, regen. I lose evasion and attack speed. But I gain counter and regen. My counter's 41%. I don't know if that's good or not. Does counter block damage? Lower incoming damage and then return damage. I wonder if there's like a database thing that'll just tell me this information somewhere. I wonder if I'll bother to look, is a better question. The answer to that one's probably no. Prefer just to ask myself rhetorical questions while stream. Treasury, that's what I was looking for. Fast enough. Okay, I don't want another beacon, but I'm putting it down anyway. I need to get that goblin camp away from my base. I didn't want them there. That's my safe zone. But I also don't want to waste an oblivion on it. If I get to the boss, I need to use it on him. I'll use counter if I equip this, but it has so much more health, I think I kind of need to. I don't think I can, like... I don't think I could, like... deal with it otherwise. Like, I need to get more health. I'm taking a ton of damage. This has counter, and it has a little bit less health, but it has more. It also has attack speed, so attack speed and counter. I'll take that instead. A little bit less health, but still better. Yikes, that attack speed bonus is ridiculous. Pure damage, I don't need that. Taking so much damage. Give me more swamps. I'm not gonna put the swamps down. I'm gonna die. Shame. So you really need either regen. Oh yeah, you do lose 30%. Oh yeah, so you have to make sure to retreat. You for sure need to have health regen or vampirism in your build. Like, no doubt. That I guess you have to not die. Maybe I'm just playing wrong, but that's something I realized early on, and it sort of proved it to me just then. The refuge is for people to live in, right? Can offer help to the needy. Oh, maybe not. Where's like houses? Mud hut. Is that it? Can't look at it. Fine. I think I probably have like one more good run in me. I'm not feeling super hot today, so I think I'm gonna head off early. So I think I'll do one more and then go. Hopefully it's a good one. I don't really want to put it. I don't know why I have these swamps. I think these swamps are terrible. I'm gonna have to get rid of those at some point. They're really bad. Just making a tile punish you for healing feels like an awful existence. I think I need to stop putting down spawning things at this stage. I put down a lot now, and I'm only level 2, so I don't think I can handle them anymore. Unless I get some really good drops. Hang on to that for a treasury, if it decides to show up. I thought it was a forest. Whoops. I thought it was one of those groves, but it was a swamp. Teaches me to try and quick play things. I guess the skeletons aren't a huge threat really early on. I suppose everything sort of scales up with you. I assume every cycle. Should I, like... do I want to just put these things around the place? I don't want to fight a million mosquitoes in a row. That seems like a bad idea. Seems like a bad idea to fight them at all, really, but it's not really something I can do about it. me a treasury. Anytime now. Take that instead. Where's my campfire? There it is. You can go, like, here. Come on. If the forest eats them, do I not get any rewards for it? No, I do. Glad that was immediately answered. Ooh, 19 counter. It's a shame I'm not going to use counter. It doesn't seem that useful. Not compared to the other things. Maybe there's a build specific to making counter work, but I don't know it if there is. The ones I've tried haven't worked. Attack speed and counter is obviously not good. Maybe evasion counter makes more sense. That seems like it'd probably synergize pretty well. Anytime now, I could use that treasury, please. Running out of spaces here. Not quite what I was looking for, but I'll take it. Ooh, an orange ring. Just better in every way. What does it give me exactly? Oh, counter and attack speed, okay. I want this, HP, and damage to all. No, I don't. I think I'm gonna have to lay down one of those graveyards. I'm running out of spaces here. I just keep getting meadows and I can't even use them. If it didn't require that the thing... this is just noble. If it didn't require the treasury to have a bunch of empty slots surrounding it, I'd be able to put the things down. But if I put it down now, I'll block the area I want to put it. A little bit more damage, attack speed, and evasion. Less attack speed, but more evasion. Evasion seems like the winner's choice. I want evasion more than I want anything else. Evasion and, like, vampirism seem like a pretty good combo. Okay, I gotta start doing something here. That is not... I really don't want you there. That blocks one of my locations, I think. Yeah. Alright, please. Please, anytime now. I could really go for a useful treasury. I'm gonna have to start putting them down whether I want to or not. Yep, looks like it. Alright, going down, I guess. I could probably put them, like, here. Maybe here. Because I put them next to the mountains, they just give me stuff. That way I can at least heal some of my health every day. It's not great, I don't get my treasury, but it still gives me the bonus, so I'm more than happy to do it, I guess. What is that noise? When that noise happens, I don't know what it is. It must be the sound of something happening, but I don't know what it is. Is it this? Is it the blood clot spawning that noise was, maybe? Hard to say. I have no idea. Ooh, I'm not in a good way here. Those mosquitoes are really not a good fight. Defense, regen, evasion. Might be better than vampirism for now. Do I think I can make one more run around I'm gonna have to try. Don't like the beacons that much, but I also feel like I sort of have to have them. Rock. Just put one there, and I'll put a meadow there. That's okay. Ooh, 2 treasure chests in the same spot. The blood clot is beating my butt. There you go, treasury, finally! I lose pure damage. Counter is the same, defense is the same. I gain regen and evasion, though. I think that's a better trade-off. I lose a vampirism and gain health and attack speed. It's kind of nice, but I sort of want the vampirism. I need to, like, get a way to heal myself. Otherwise, I'm screwed, because the vampirism's all I got right now. I have a little bit of regen, but I don't think it's nearly enough to, like, lean into. Okay, I don't want to put down... I want to see if I can get another treasury to put down below this. So I can get them all at the same time. There you go. Lucky me. Ooh, I wish I would kill the big one here. Because I have a feeling I'm not going to hit the big one till last, so it's going to be a lot of me taking a bunch of big hits from the big one. This one any good at anything? Attack speed? No, not really. Ooh. Damage and defense? Nah. Usually those things come with regen, or at least it seems like it. My damage output's really suffering, it feels like, because I don't have true damage on this build like I did before. Pure damage, sorry. I feel like I'm kind of struggling. And that big guy's gonna beat me. There's no way I'm not gonna be able to... I'm not gonna be able to kill that guy. Unless I evade him every time. Doing pretty good so far. Alright, well, it worked out. Gotta pause to make sure I can look at all this loot. Pure damage increase, attack speed increase, regen increase, all pretty good. I lose evasion, though, which is what I'm trying to build on. I was just complaining about not having enough pure damage, but I think it's not worth trading out the evasion for. Vampirism's nice, but I think I'd rather have the huge boost to health, defense, attack speed, and regen. This adds vampirism. It does a lot more damage, too. Also gives me pure damage, damage to all. I lose some evasion, of course, but the trade-off might be worth it. Same with this. Like, I mean, the regen, if I can build pure regen and vampirism, maybe I can live better, longer. It might be worth trading out evasion for regen and vampirism. I'm gonna try it. I feel like I'm gonna make a mistake here, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I can also increase my evasion here, but I lose regen, which is what I wanted to keep. It just gives me an extra 6, so it gives me 12 total. In there. If I get another mountain, I'll put it there. I'll be able to expand my meadows later. Ouch, jeez, okay, wow, holy crap. Regen and HP increase, but I lose attack speed and defense, not worth it. That one's also bad. I'm just mumbling to myself, I don't even know what Mike's picking up. But, anyway, this isn't working out very well for me. I don't even know how to build properly in this game. Feels like my logic is betraying me every time. Okay, got a little bit more evasion. No, I don't want any of that. Okay. Put that down. Toss down a meadow. Throw another mountain down here somewhere. There, I guess. lower spawn rates around the... around the forest area, probably. Around the swamps, I guess. Put another swamp down there. I don't want to put the swamps too close together, but I also don't know where else to put them, so I don't want to deal with them. I hate them. I should really remove those from my deck. Wow. Can I make one more round? I don't think I can. I think I'll die if I try to make it one more round. I mean, I could try it. I'll get my potions back and I'll get a heal. I'll try one more round of out. Stuff. Vampirism, but I lose evasion. No. This is evasion armor with damage to all and max HP increase, but I lose attack speed and regen, so that's a no. This one is defense, evasion, down, counter, damage to all. No. I lose health, gain, counter, and vampirism. Nah, not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. What should I do here? Can I just put this somewhere else? No, not really. Maybe here to ease it up a bit. Nah, not really. No reason to put that there. It's gonna cause more problems later. One run can do it. Ah, the day passed and everything spawned. Kill the big one! No! Ended up being fine, mostly. Is that a flesh golem that I just saw? I hope not. It was. Can I fight a flesh golem and 2 rat hounds? And then a slime skeleton, 2 spiders, a harpy, a spider, and a slime, and a mosquito. I don't know. We're about to find out. Depends on who I target. It looks like it's working. I targeted the right one first. Ooh, look at all these goodies. Evasion, vampirism, and counter. I think I like that. That's a good combo. Pure damage, defense, attack speed. Lose evasion. Counter, regen, pure damage. I also lose evasion. Evasion's very good. I don't really want to give it up. So I won't. Get out of here with that. Come on. It does seem like this boss bar goes up whenever I place something. Which I guess I knew, but I'm not sure if there's another way to make it go up, or if it just goes up purely for that. Like, if there's any other reasons, I don't know what they are. I don't have... Oh, no, I don't want to replace that ring. That ring's really good. Oblivion's pretty cool. Nice. I'm not going to really use this, but I'll still put it down. What is happening? Bloodpath. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. I didn't realize I was creating like a special like land that whole time. Another grove? Not really necessary, but I'll put it down. I think I'm pretty confident I won't be able to get another run through. I think I'm stuck. I think I have to retreat. So I'll fight this and the gargoyle, then I'll retreat. Kind of an anticlimactic finish to the stream, but I don't think I'll be able to win, so I don't want to waste my resources and stuff. I may come back to this in the future as like a single stream thing, like a palette cleanser stream. But tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Fable Anniversary, because it's my birthday and that's my favorite game. And I'll probably play that until I beat it. Not the day of, but like every stream until I beat it will be that. So that's all. So thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, thanks for chatting. And if you see this in the future, drop a follow so you can catch me live. If you don't worry about it, I don't mind. But yeah, I'm out of here, so hope you have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Take care. Bye-bye.